Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. I am going to be doing a walkthrough of Thursday 3 Part 2. I already have Part 1 on my channel, so I'll leave a link for that. This was completely inspired by the concept of documenting yourself on Thursday and listing 3 facts, which was started by Kristin Tweedale. I will leave her information as well. I'm totally on board with this project because I really love documenting myself, but then I started to realize that some days on Thursdays I'd get to the end of the day and I hadn't even taken one picture of myself. So I love how it kind of pushes me to document myself and just make sure that I'm in the camera. So Kristin's information is down at the bottom, and I will probably be sharing more on the Awesome Ladies Project blog, so you can check that out there. But let's get started on a walkthrough for this album. So I did another cover page, pretty simple, just like I did for the first album. This was the first album. I didn't do the, I want to call it the pound sign, but I didn't do that, the hashtag sign. I just kind of forgot, so I'm just going to move on and call it done. Some simple stamping, and that's it. Once again, using all Elle Studio, because when I started this project, I was on the design team. So it just made sense since that was the product that I had the most of. So Elle Studio, but these cards are from Kristin's shop. I decided to use those in the second half just because they are readily available and I want to support small business owner. So this is 4th of July. This is where it kicks off. Obviously did red, white, blue, and a little bit of gray. And then turn the page. So for each spread, I try to include the date, and I go with the colors from the photo, and I use a lot of scraps in this project, really a lot. And I guess I would call the designs graphic designs. I don't know, but they're very, not hodgepodge, but I piece them together to make it work. Like this is a scrap, and this is a scrap. And it works. For me, it works at least. This one is 2 fun summer ones. I was in one of my favorite shirts and I went with purple, and then used a die cut, and then pop dotted this to have a little bit of consistency, and then some stamping. Love these 2 pages, definitely summer selfies, just because I am super freckly. I mean, that's what happens when you're in the summer and you have freckles, you get very freckly. So it was sunshine, happy freckles. I decided to paint some wood veneer. I had tried that in my big picture classes as a different way to make your own embellishments, and I didn't want these to be plain wood, so I just, not painted them, but I used my inks. And once again, paper piecing. I think these 2 papers are, there's nothing behind the photo, so I just paper pieced it all together and called it done. This one, we were back to school, so I definitely have a tired mom selfie right here and here. One of those days, definitely. And I loved the different color scheme for this one because of my shirt. And a super old epoxy, real life. This one was super, super fun, all purple because of the book that I was reading, and I got to use a reading sticker. I didn't have anything for watching, so I just put a larger label on top and then also a sticker as well. And then top priority, cozy up with a good book. And then this one I did lots of X's, and this was a smaller photo, so I just did a square frame around it and then one big stripe down the middle. Then we were almost done with September. I have this photo. I went with some more sunshine type colors, pink and yellow. And then this one, I went with all black and white. Definitely a favorite, just stamping some hearts. And then I cut this word strip super tiny so that way it would fit. And now we are moving into October, where I will start to use more fall colors and embellishments. So this is, I just decided, of course, use green and blue. And I basically just dig through my Elle Studio stash and make a tray of embellishments, so that way I can find something that will work for this page. And once again, covering up the watching. Usually when I do the watching, I I'm not sure, I mean, I'm sure Kristin would say it wouldn't matter one way or the other, but when I think of watching, I think of like a TV show. But usually I wind up doing either a TV show or like what I hear the kids saying or what I'm watching the kids doing. Like this one, my daughter devouring her special McDonald's meal because it was only her and mom and dad. And let's see, so this one I did some stamping on the side just because I didn't want to put more paper. And this was again a scrap. I think that's all I had left of that one. And then this one, once again a scrap I just did to this edge and then did a right there. And then a bunch of gold, which I did because of the brown. I would have done brown in this, but there is not a lot of brown papers in or embellishments in Elle's studio at all. So, and then this one, I used an acrylic, which was super old, and then a little cluster of leaves and hearts because I had just gotten my hair done, so I felt very fancy. And then just paper pieced, I think that's the word. Tell me if that's the word, but I'm pretty sure I paper pieced, collaged together some different scraps. This one, again, is another, I'm in my studio and I have a black shirt on. So again, I went with mostly black, but also threw in some pink since this shirt is a little bit of off pink. Off pink? Slightly pink. And I used some Seize the Day and some acrylic from a Title Builder set, I think. And then definitely happy just having time to myself and my $5 Walmart shirt. This one was really, really fun to put together. It's still kind of funny to me that I have this like serious, spooky, I don't know. It's very different. The two photos are very different from each other. And I think that's pretty funny. On these, I just distressed them since it was Halloween, and I used some very old stuff as far as scrapbooking pieces are considered. The puffy stickers, I think, are very old, as well as the pattern papers, but I preferred this pattern paper than any other black I had. So, and then I just stamped along the side, and I stamped up here, and did a bunch of X's, added in some candy. Love how this one came together. And then this one starts November, and I used, of course, the fall type colors and a piece here and a piece here and then some stacking right there. And since I tried a new selfie pose, I decided to put that behind and use a flip pocket. And I just adhered this part right here, but not the rest right there. And then this sweater weather, I had just gotten this new brown sweater. I think I'm wearing it right now too. But I love it, and this sweater weather was a couple years old too. So I finally used it, and yay. This one, I was just like, I think I was having a bad day, and so I stamped yes, no, yes, real life, and blah, blah, blah. So there you go, real life right there. And then another one, just kind of trying different poses. I don't know, I probably look like a dork, but it was gonna be a busy day. It had been a busy week, and so I was just stretching and taking deep breaths, and I decided to try to capture that. So that's what I did. And I put the photo in black and white, and I kind of picked a tranquil teal and gray, and stamped these and then cut them out. And I actually realized that for this stamp set right here, the one with the phrases, I think it's called Everyday Phrases, I actually like them better stamped on bright white cardstock and then fussy cut out. I like them so much better that way. Otherwise, I don't know, they need bright white cardstock, otherwise they don't look so great stamped out. This one was Thanksgiving. I probably need to go back and erase the dates. This was Thanksgiving, and I went with the colors in the background, kind of green and gray, and I finally used up this old thing, and there you go. And these were just two very small scraps as well. Then this one is starting December. So I was on a bike ride, and I pulled the colors from the tree and my hat, and I really love this color scheme. It's really cool. Black, gold, and red, and then this little pop of like orangish red. So just little clusters here and there, and adding in some stickers as well. And then I pulled out a stamp set that was for specifically December, Holly Jolly, this December story, and I just stamped those and added in a bunch of hearts and distressed my papers, or at least the gray ones. Okay, getting closer to the holidays here, so my hair was a little crazy, and I just went with that and just went with the colors in here and kind of picked a more festive color scheme overall. And Be Yourself, and then an acrylic from the document December, I think. And then this one is the last one, and I did a flip again to talk about, you know, wrapping up 2019 and just a big old cluster of different types of embellishments. Thought that would be fun. So just flip up, and I'm okay with that. You can see it behind, and then there you go. And then a little cluster there. And I think for this one, I did not have anything listening, and so I just put Feeling Festive and some light stamping in pink. And then on the back, I decided to do a quote from Kristin, hello, and just stamping that, and then a bunch of stars, and telling your story is a radical feminist act. Boom. I feel like that's mic drop. So I thought that was a perfect wrap up of this project. So there you go. Now I have 2 volumes of this project, and this project is completely done, and I could not be more proud of myself for documenting an entire year of selfies. Super, super happy with this project, and that's why it is a project I am continuing in 2020. So I hope you enjoyed watching this walkthrough and have me talk through my process for this second part. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I would love a thumbs up, or if you're new to my channel and want to keep seeing my videos, a subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.